A mysterious death of a teenage boy in a wasteland. What are the victim's friends hiding? Don't miss out. The psychics will expose the deadly conspiracy. Welcome to Psychic Investigations, a project of true and astonishing stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate mysterious paranormal phenomena and tangled criminal cases. Tatyana Trifonova is asking the psychics for help. Her 17-year-old son Vlad was found hanged on a tree in a wasteland 3 kilometers from home.
My dear long-awaited son. It's impossible to put up with his death. I can't accept it.
Tatyana raised her son alone. She divorced her husband right after Vlad's birth.
Finding a job wasn't easy. Once I even worked in a dairy factory's ice cream line. It was minus 42 degrees there. It took me half a year to recover my health.
Her only son meant everything to Tatyana, and now the heartbroken woman has lost all sense in her life.
My life now is, I don't know why I wake up in the morning, go to work, and then come back in the evening. I simply see no sense in it.
After the terrible loss, Vlad's elderly grandmother even learned how to use the computer and the internet. Through social media, the distraught woman tried to find answers as to how and why the tragedy occurred. She communicated with her grandson's friends and those who knew him, but all in vain.
I opened those social media and registered in all of them I could find.
Moreover, Vlad visits his mother in her dreams every night, trying to tell her something. However, she doesn't understand what her son wants to convey.
I had a dream of him. He said he was ashamed that everyone knew, and that all the oaths were fake.
What causes even more pain to the mother is the thought that her son is considered a suicide.
The body of 17-year-old Vlad Trifonov was found in a noose on a tree 400 meters from an unfinished sewing factory building. According to the official version by the police, the cause of the boy's death is asphyxiation.
The forensic medical examination concluded that he hanged himself.
However, Vlad's friends and family are convinced he couldn't have committed suicide. After all, he had so many plans for life. Vlad dreamed of graduating from school and entering a university.
He studied at the School of Economics and Law. After it, he planned to enter the Academy of Personnel Management.
He was very cheerful and optimistic.
I think he was murdered.
What concerns Vlad's friends and family most of all are the bruises and scratches they saw on his face and hands when they brought him from the morgue.
The left side of his face was bandaged and his ear was black. He was hit on the ear. That's the impression I got.
To understand what really happened to the boy, his mother decided to seek help from psychic Larisa Gutsanu.
I'm eagerly waiting for the psychics to arrive and help me find the truth.
Psychic Polishchuk will also be investigating this case.
I see an image of an alley. There are many people walking around, a crowd. There's a fight happening and someone is being beaten. Wait, they're beating the guy in the photo.
What is the clairvoyant talking about? Did Vlad get into some trouble and was really killed and then hanged?
For some reason, I feel the same thing. A lot of people his age, they're gathering somewhere. I hear the word death, death. And every time they talk about death, one of them always dies.
I have a feeling of some kind of construction site. You know, it's an uninhabited place and there are some concrete pillars. And it feels like each pillar is a gallows and on each gallows hangs a skeleton. And above all this, oh, it's so creepy. Flocks of crows are circling. There are many people. They stand and watch the road where a man with a noose around his neck is walking, and he's being led by this noose, by the rope. Where are they leading him? It feels like they're leading him straight to the gallows. It's like an execution, and the people are watching it.
But what kind of execution is this? Could the boy's death be the result of some gruesome ritual?
I had a dream. that I was walking down the street on a warm, pleasant day. And then the day started turning into some kind of darkness. Then I saw somebody walking towards me, and then another person. More and more of people appeared. They looked like some kind of army. All those people were dead. A huge army of the dead. And each of them wanted to tell me something.
Come in, please.
Vlad's mother, Tatyana, and grandmother, Svitlana, have been waiting for the psychics at home.
We really hope you can help us.
We'd like to see his room. He was talented. I hear music playing. From what I sense, he clearly had a musical ear.
He really did.
He attended music school for guitar since he was in the 5th grade. He was genuinely interested in making music.
And he drew so many different talents in one person.
He was energetic and a champion of justice.
He attended judo classes from the age of 6 and had plenty of awards from competitions. But he didn't like the fighting itself.
The boy had some ideas. Even the music. The music was of his creation.
He was a fan of rock music.
Recently, like most teenagers his age, Vlad became a fan of rock bands. The boy and his friends wanted to be like their idols, so he even changed his style of clothing and wore leather jackets, metal accessories.
We started listening to heavy music and wearing these things. He attached spikes to his leather jacket and even went to school like that in the summer.
It seemed like nothing should have happened that day. And then I get the feeling that someone called him.
His friend called, and then they went to the barber shop together.
After going to the barber shop, Vlad returned home, but then at 4 p.m. he left, supposedly to hang out with his friends. And after that, his family never saw him again.
And then the information stops abruptly.
He never came home.
But what really happened to Vlad? How did he end up with the noose around his neck in the wasteland?
As soon as I entered the room, I got an image of a boy with hair covering his face. When he learned about the death, he immediately came here, searching for a letter on the computer. He's scared. He's afraid.
But it's not the one who called him. It's another boy.
As it turned out, immediately after Vlad's death, a boy came to his relatives, introduced himself as his friend, and asked for permission to work on Vlad's computer, claiming there was some information he needed there. Could the boy be involved in Vlad's death and was trying to cover his tracks?
Yes, it's also his friend.
We had just heard the news and were stunned.
He came running and asked if he could check the computer.
But you don't know what he did with it.
He seemed to be deleting something.
He was anxious.
But what exactly did the boy who called himself Vlad's friend delete from Vlad's computer? And what was he afraid of? Could he really have been involved in the murder and was trying to secure an alibi?
Vlad is calling us somewhere. And here I don't understand. It's like somewhere in town. He wants us to go there.
The psychics and Vlad's family go outside.
I have a very unpleasant feeling. My ears are popping. My whole body hurts. I feel some kind of blows. I can't take it. Oh God, a strong blow to the stomach.
Larisa!
Oh my goodness.
I can't get up. I'm being pulled to the ground. Everything hurts so much. Oh, I can't.
All right. Come on. Inhale and exhale. Have a seat. Sit and breathe.
He's showing me pain. He also experienced humiliation. He was being pulled by his hair, some kind of fight.
But it's not the place where he was found. It's somewhere else. There are many people walking around.
And there's a church around. It's blue. And a fountain.
The park. They would gather there.
I saw that vision again. A young guy being led to execution with a rope around his neck. A crowd nearby, and voices. Shall we go there?
A gathering of people. Some groups are gathering. They're all young.
It turned out that the victim and his friends often gathered as a company in one of the city parks.
The park, a stage near the theater, an abandoned construction site, a 4-story building. That was our place, where we gathered to play the guitar. Nonconformists, rockers, punks.
He had a conflict with some guys. I saw a fight.
The clairvoyants came to the exact place where Vlad usually spent time with his friends.
They started picking on him like, "Why are you walking around like that?" And then a fight broke out.
Vlad and his friends could indeed have had a conflict with members of other subcultures. The town is known for having a number of different informal subcultures, including radical ones like skinheads and gopniks.
We often had conflicts with gopniks in the downtown. We would be sitting on a bench and they would come up and start picking on us.
The fight you're talking about, I feel it too. But I don't think it happened before the death.
It was on a different day.
Then, what was really the cause of the death?
I had another vision of the execution. I felt that a young girl was watching the horror unfold. It seems like there were some feelings between Vlad and that girl.
He had a girlfriend. Is she younger than he was?
Yes, 2 years younger.
He brought her flowers and always wanted to give her gifts. She knows many secrets about him.
Vlad usually met Katya in the park, where he often hung out with his friends.
Katya is all right. They really loved each other.
Vlad met Katya in the online game Defense of the Ancients. It's a multiplayer strategy game where each player registers online.
He's telling me now that they sat here, dreaming about going somewhere. He loved her very much.
As it turned out, after Vlad's death, the girl tried to take her own life. What's more, she tried to do it on the same tree where he was found hanged. To prevent another suicide attempt, her parents, who barely managed to save their daughter from the noose, cut down that tree. They sent Katya abroad for a while to help her recover and calm down.
She knows something. When he was dying, she knew something was going to happen.
But I don't see her at the spot where it happened. Wait, you have his phone?
Yes, his mobile.
She wanted to buy the phone.
Katya approached the boy's relatives to buy the phone. She offered a considerable amount, 3,000 hryvnias.
There's something on it.
I clearly understood that at that moment he was texting her. She was invisibly watching Vlad's death being prepared. Let's finally go to the site where the boy was found.
He wasn't dragged. He walked here on his own, and the people were watching. They stood watching. There's some kind of whispering among them.
Did somebody really witness Vlad die?
Please give me the phone. I'm tuning into his girlfriend. There's some kind of secret.
I saw that the girl was interested in some rituals related to death. And it dawned on me. Could Vlad's death be some kind of ritual murder?
I have a feeling of some kind of conspiracy. A conspiracy of Katya, Vlad, and his friend. I don't know. There are many people involved.
I can't stay here. This place doesn't give me peace. I hear words about death. It gives me chills. Oh, God.
The psychics are at the unfinished sewing factory in the wasteland where the tragedy occurred. But what happened here on the day of Vlad's death?
I sense the word death and hear murmurs and whispers.
Larisa.
Bring water, water, water.
Tatyana, hold her.
I see another girl, and she sends him a message on this phone. But it's another girl, not Katya.
Photos of some cut hands, some ropes. They're utterly strange photos.
And he texts, "Don't do it."
And the girl, she's far away.
She tried to commit suicide. Vlad stopped her through texting, and she called him my dad.
She texted him that he'd saved her.
It turned out that Vlad saved a girl named Natalia, whom he communicated with on social media, from death. But how did he end up with a noose around his neck?
I saw people watching his death, and they saw the photos. They saw the preparation for Vlad's death.
The phone was the thing that helped me understand that at that moment, a huge number of people were online, watching it like a TV show.
On the evening of Vlad's death, his mobile phone was used to access a social media page.
The police found his phone with him. It was used to access the internet and visit his page. Photos from the scene were added. Then by evening, the photos disappeared.
So that's what was erased from the Vlad's phone. But who exactly posted these photos online, doing it at the moment of his death, and why?
There could be several versions. One is that the killer sent them, possibly to report to someone about the job done. But it's also possible that the victim himself sent the message. But why?
A conversation. Someone drinks something, then they stop, and then it feels like someone falls asleep.
There were other boys, but they left. Only 2 or 3 of them stay with Vlad.
It turned out that Vlad had been to this place with friends before. That day, everyone except Vlad drank alcohol. No alcohol was found in his blood. After drinking too much, the teenagers fell asleep. This was a few hours before the tragedy.
He went that way.
The psychics and Vlad's relatives returned to the place where he was found hanged.
He was pressured from all sides, through the network, through the internet. I don't feel physical pressure, but I feel moral pressure, as if someone was forcing him. Do it! Like he was standing on the edge of a balcony and was told, "Come on, are you jumping?"
He came here saying, "Mommy, I love you very much. Forgive me, Mommy. Forgive me, Grandma."
I felt his hands, like he was hugging me.
Along with Vlad's spirit, many other souls came. And finally, I could clearly hear what they were saying. "We can't find peace. Don't let anyone else go down this road." One had a noose around his neck. Another had slit wrists. These were the spirits of those who committed suicide. All these spirits say, "We were deceived. It's a game. We got carried away."
They were playing out a scenario of how it could be. It's such a thrill to be on the edge of life and death. All these people lost their lives. They were participants in these virtual and real groups. They played with death.
At that moment, I realized that no one was directly responsible for Vlad's death, but at the same time, everyone was.
It's just that under the influence of the people around him, he showed weakness. And he's ashamed.
The boy was playing a deadly game. He was demonstrating to the public that he was going to commit suicide.
Lately, he started carrying a rope with him. Sometimes he said something like, "I want to see what happens after death."
As is known, teenagers at this age have particularly unstable psyches. Interest in death as a process increases significantly, and an undeveloped character pushes a teenager to categorical actions and rash decisions.
Receiving new photos of suicide preparation from Vlad, his friends were testing him, playing chicken, so to say. That's why after his death, everyone tried to hide their virtual participation in this process and delete the photos and chats. The only people who could have stopped all this horror were the relatives, but no one told them anything.
I finally know the truth behind my grandson's death. I'm a little better now.
Every night I pray for him. We are so grateful to the psychics.
A murderous, otherworldly force took a young athlete's life and is now after his sister. Can the psychics stop the evil entity and solve a fatal death formula? This photo shows the Kolodenko family in its entirety: parents, Irina and Viktor, and their 2 children. And this is a more recent picture of the same family, excluding the eldest son. The boy tragically passed away.
15-year-old Valak was brought to the city hospital in a coma. The medics diagnosed intracranial hemorrhage.
Valak was an athlete, a professional freestyle wrestler. He held the title of junior champion of Ukraine and dreamed of becoming a world champion. Nevertheless, during a routine training session, he unexpectedly died from a blow to the head.
I received a call from Valak's phone. I thought it was him, but it was Elvir. He said, "Aunt Irina, Valak lost consciousness during a sparring. I ran there as fast as I could. The ambulance was already there, and they were putting him in it. He was in a coma."
The mother can't understand how this could have happened. After all, her son had many times participated in professional competitions where partners went all out, while this was just a training match outdoors.
It is almost impossible to deliver a blow of such force to kill a person, especially since the boys were wearing protective gear.
What were Valak and Fazik wearing?
Valak was in gloves and a helmet.
The young athlete spent 7 long days in the hospital, unconscious.
Everyone believed and hoped he would survive.
The boy's internal organs began to fail one after another. He suffered 2 cardiac arrests, and when it happened the 3rd time, the doctors couldn't start his heart.
On October 10th, Valak died, having never come out of the coma. His mother still doesn't understand how her son could have died so suddenly and under such strange circumstances.
Could there be otherworldly forces involved?
Karina is now in the 8th grade. She dreams of becoming a doctor to save people, but her mother is worried that her daughter's dream may not come true.
I'm so worried about her. It's a pathological fear.
And the fear is not unfounded because the girl has been seeing the same nightmare for several months. Her deceased brother comes to her in her dreams.
Everything around is black, and I only see myself and him.
To find out what really happened to her son and whether something is indeed threatening her daughter, Irina, in desperation, sent a letter to our project's editorial office. 2 of our most powerful psychics, Kayal Alikperov and Olena Kurilova, rushed to help.
I have a feeling that there were 3 deaths here at once, on the same day. And they were painful deaths. It feels like some kind of mass murder. Since yesterday, I've been experiencing a series of strange coincidences. I live on the 12th floor, and when I pressed the elevator button, it only took me to the 10th floor. I booked a train ticket, and my seat was number 10 again. I called a taxi, and the car's plate number was 1010. And now my room number at the hotel is also 10. It's clearly some kind of sign. Maybe it's a hint?
I don't know, Olena. When I looked at the photos of the brother and sister, I saw them in a small black room. It was empty, and only a calendar hung on the wall behind the girl. Suddenly, a silhouette approached the calendar. I couldn't make out what it was, but it started quickly tearing off the dates. And then it disappeared, along with Valak and Karina. Hello?
Please come in.
It's hard to explain, but as soon as the psychics get down to work, the dog starts to behave very strangely.
He loved the dog a lot.
It's his dog.
The dog started barking to get our attention. He loved Valak very much and felt the impending danger.
About a week before it happened, he started howling. It gave me goosebumps. I went outside and I got so angry at him. They say a dog howls at the deceased
The dog howled because he felt the presence of dangerous energy in the house. It seems something took Valak to the other side.
After your son's death, the dog should have calmed down. How does he behave in the evenings now?
He's howling terribly. I'm still struggling to come to terms with that and this howling.
And that was a bad sign. He sees something supernatural and means there could be another death in the house soon.
Your daughter is indeed in danger. We need to see her.
Hello.
Hello.
You loved your brother so much. Don't cry, please. We are here to help.
Karina is deeply affected by Valak's death, as the relationship between the brother and his younger sister was very warm.
In her letter, your mother mentioned that your brother often visits you in your dreams. Do you remember what he tells you?
We stood facing each other, and I was crying very hard. He told me to calm down.
When I placed Karina's hand on my holy book, I saw the picture from her dream. It turned out that the vision that came to me last night when I was working with the photo was her dream. I see the brother and sister in a small black room. The room is empty, and only a calendar hangs on the wall behind the girl. Karina didn't see that supernatural silhouette behind her in her dream. But I couldn't make out whose silhouette it was, and I didn't understand why it needed the calendar. I see he also visited you when you were awake.
Yes. It was before the 40 days passed. One Monday, I went outside, and a bird flew to me, and it sat on my hand like this. I thought it was Valak. I didn't shoo it away, and I said, "Valak, I love you," and it flew away.
To tune in to the energy of the house, Olena Kurilova decided to work with a mirror.
10. Information is coming from the mirror. There were several of them. Another man left. And it's somehow connected to the number 10.
Valak's dad died on October 10th, too.
2 deaths in the same family on the same date. Valak passed away on October 10th, and 5 years prior, on that very day, his father, Sasha, Irina's first husband, had also died.
Valak's father died a martyr's death. He was in immense pain. Everything inside him was burning.
He had liver cancer. Valak was 10 years old then. He took it very hard. He loved his father. They were so alike.
The family grieved heavily for the loss of father. But life went on, and Irina remarried to Victor.
At first, Valak wouldn't let him near me or me near him. "Go away, don't touch my mom," he would say. But then he started calling him Dad.
The woman was happy again. She had a complete family, a loving husband, and 2 children. But soon after, tragedy struck again, and Valak died.
There's some mystery in these deaths on these dates. I remembered the number 10 that's been haunting me since the previous day. I realized that the mystery lied within the number itself. It's like a death formula for this family.
But the psychic had sensed 3 deaths on the same date right from the beginning of the investigation.
I immediately sensed that there were 3 deaths here. It's like some kind of mass murder.
But who or what is taking the members of this family to the afterlife?
Olena, let's go outside. I see a woman.
Where's Kayal going?
I need to catch up with her. I saw an elderly woman peering over the fence. She had a floral headscarf on her head. A cat was standing nearby, and the woman vanished into thin air. The woman is no more among the living. Look, there's number 10 on the post.
A 10 again. There's something connected to the number 10 here.
Could it be my mother? Because she also passed away on October 10th.
It's just mind-boggling. Valak, his father, and his grandmother all passed away on the same date. The woman died of a heart attack.
I feel like collecting death certificates with October 10th in them.
To understand what's taking your loved ones, we must go to the site of the last tragedy.
The death of the young athlete during a training session indeed shocked all his colleagues and coaches. Valak was sparring with his classmate, junior world karate champion Fazik Abiev.
There were dark forces at play, giving one hand inhuman strength.
The psychics head to the location of Valak's final match. That day, the boy wasn't training in the gym, but on a wasteland not far from the school. By the time the clairvoyants reached the site of the fatal duel, it was dark outside.
Olena, I see the dark silhouette from my vision.
Kayal ran somewhere again.
I can't believe it. It's gone. But I finally managed to have a good look at it. It held watches in both hands. It's the Grim Reaper, counting down life's time. I need to tune into that day's events. I see 3 boys here, your son, a dark-skinned boy, and another slightly older teenager.
Like a referee.
Yes, the referee.
It seems the dark-skinned boy Kayal Alekperov saw is Valak's opponent, Fazik. He was the one who landed the fatal blow during the training bout.
At this spot, your son lost consciousness. I see a hand delivering the fatal blow, and it's not human. It's the hand of a massive beast. It possessed the dark-skinned boy, and this beast struck twice. Your son fell but managed to get back up. But the second blow was fatal. Did you sense something at that moment?
I was dialing him at that moment. I wanted to talk to him, but he didn't pick up the phone.
According to witness statements, the boys were evenly matched for 5 out of 10 rounds, with no direct hits. Midway through the 6th round, Valak took 2 punches to the head. He then fell and lost consciousness. He never regained it.
And here, Kayal and I felt the second victim, who felt like he would rather cut off his hand, because that hand was in the fight.
I sense suspicious glances directed at that boy. Behind his back, they call him a murderer.
Yes, that's true.
Irina knows Fazik well. He was her son's classmate and trained at the same sports club as Valak. The boy's father shared how heavily his son took his friend's death.
2 days after his death, I found him crying under the blanket. I lifted the blanket and gently woke him up, saying, "Fazik, why are you crying?" And he said, "Dad, I feel sorry for Valak. I didn't mean to do it."
Fazik himself doesn't understand how it happened, and he probably can't explain his state at that moment. But I'm sure he became a tool in the hands of otherworldly forces. And your heart, Irina, tells you he's sincere when he says he didn't mean to do it.
Yes, I saw him. I talked to him. He came to the hospital and he apologized, saying, "Aunt Irina, I didn't mean to kill him."
Here he is, Fazik, whom half the town calls a murderer behind his back.
It was all an accident. We were practicing our technique. We'd agreed on that. It was all an accident.
The police insisted on charging Fazik Abiev with involuntary manslaughter, but Valik's mother did not press charges. She didn't want to ruin the boy's life.
In this situation, someone else would sue him and he'd be in jail by now. But I didn't do it. I have no right to ruin someone else's life.
I bow to her, the mother who supported me. She comforted both Fazik and me. She said, "It's sports. Anything can happen. No matter what, I understand it, and I'm not going to sue you."
This seemingly fragile woman is indeed very strong in spirit. She has endured the death of her first husband and the tragic loss of her son, and now she is doing everything to protect her daughter, Karina, from death.
The entire family has a death formula. It's like, an equation that always equals 10. No matter how the numbers and life dates are arranged, the death formula equals 10. On the 10th of every month, go to church. Do it always. Please. I hear a voice from far away. Is it just me, or does everyone hear it?
What did you hear?
Valik, graveyard, go. The voice is female.
We need to go to the graveyard. Your son's spirit is here now.
My dear son, I love you so much. I miss you terribly.
The spirit is leaving us now. Wait. He's returning, but not alone. There's a girl with him.
She's a bit older than him. A blood relative. Her head is gone. A truck or a train, something big, like a sudden impact. Boom, and in a second, she's gone.
His aunt. She was 20 when a truck hit her.
I see two bodies, the girl and a young man.
They were coming back from a disco when the truck's trailer came loose and killed both of them instantly.
I see another violent death. A large man takes a stone in his hand and hits a younger man, your relative, on the head. He falls dead.
I don't know about that. It might be my husband's relative.
Yes, it's your husband's brother. In his family, many people died young.
His grandfather, Valik, was first. Then his dad, Yuri, and then his mother and two brothers. And then were Sasha and Olha.
There must be 10 graves in total.
Valik was 10th. The family line stopped with him. He was the last one.
Your son's spirit says he paid with his life for a mortal sin. We must find out who committed that sin.
I see a man. He's holding a steering wheel. A truck. And there's number 10 drawn on it. 10. 10. And then there's a blow to the head. Boom, and the person is gone. What was that?
Valik's grandfather. He was also Valik.
Did his grandpa kill someone?
As it turned out, Valik, Irina's father-in-law, worked as a truck driver. He had a fight with his partner. He hit him on the head with a brick and fled the scene.
And then I understood where those darn 10s came from. The truck had a license plate with 10s on it. That was the last thing the victim saw before dying. That is why deaths occur precisely on the 10th day of the 10th month.
The man bled for several hours and eventually died. It was on the 10th.
That's why his spirit took the lives of 10 people from his killer's family.
A year after the murder, the grandfather himself died on the same day. Concrete slabs fell on him from a truck.
The slab fell right on his head and crushed the skull.
But what can be done? What fate awaits Karina? Can she be saved from the family's terrible karma?
You must go to the church and help the injured. Those who survived but are maimed. Buy icons in the temple. Buy an icon of Virgin Mary, but don't haggle and don't accept the change. Give more than it's worth. Then cross yourself and bring it to your home. And the sum you give must be a multiple of 10. All right?
A mystical epidemic of death. Why do all of a man's closest people perish? Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover the truth behind the chilling curse. This is Serhiy. He is 30 years old, and he lives in a small Ukrainian town. However, people avoid him because they know that everyone close to him dies.
I've been living with loneliness and fear of death for a very long time.
It all started 5 years ago. Serhiy had just gotten a job as an auto mechanic at a body shop. There, he met Roman, and they quickly became good friends. Then one morning, Serhiy received a call from his other colleague delivering terrifying news.
He said Roman died.
A ruptured blood clot killed Roman. At the time, Serhiy didn't suspect he had anything to do with his friend's death, but soon, another person connected to him passed away, Roman's father.
His father, about 6 months later.
At first, Serhiy told himself this was just a terrible coincidence. But 6 months later, yet another close friend of his died, this time in a car accident.
He crashed. I survived, but he...
That's when Serhiy began to panic. He didn't know what to think. He cut off contact with his friends and acquaintances. But then, the so-called death epidemic struck his family. His brother, a construction worker, suffered a horrific accident at work. He fell from the 3rd floor.
He fell through the window frame on the 2nd floor, and his spine snapped. His skull was partially shattered.
Miraculously, the man survived, but was left permanently disabled.
He is now officially disabled.
Serhiy can't understand what's happening to him. He fears that someone else of his dear people will soon die.
I don't know what to do. I'm in total despair.
Serhiy is married to Svetlana. They have been together for 11 years.
I received everything I ever dreamed of. Fate gifted me my husband, Serhiy.
But Serhiy fears that his wife may become the next victim of the mysterious death epidemic, the curse he bears.
The fear never leaves me. I love my wife deeply, and I worry about her. What if this curse affects her too?
So Serhiy left his wife behind for her own safety. Svetlana is devastated. She understands that staying with Serhiy means facing inevitable death, but she can't live without him.
I feel like I've lost all strength. We love each other deeply, but we can't be together.
The psychics are her only hope of bringing Serhiy back to a normal life. Therefore, clairvoyants Zaman Sipatayev and Dilaram Saparova agreed to help her. The psychics arrive at Svetlana's home. She used to live here with her husband, but now she's alone. What's going on to her beloved, and why?
Hello?
Hello.
As soon as Svetlana approached us, I felt like I had been electrocuted, and before me a vision flashed of a man who wanted to kill her.
How awful. Could meeting with Serhiy really mean certain death for Svetlana?
Your meeting was destined. It was love at first sight.
The couple met 20 years ago. Serhiy was on a stroll with his friend when he spotted Svetlana. He couldn't take his eyes off her, so he asked his friend for her phone number. Serhiy invited Svetlana on a date, and since that day, they had been inseparable. A year later, they got married.
Some forces arranged this meeting, and dark forces at that, because besides Svetlana, I saw a hunched, monstrous male entity. I had a vision, darkness, a road, and some kind of massive obstacle blocking the way.
That really happened.
It happened last year. The couple was returning from a seaside vacation. Strong winds blew. Suddenly, a massive tree fell across the road, and Serhiy narrowly avoided a collision.
Out of nowhere, this tree appeared in front of the car. He barely had time to brake and swerve around it.
The road ends in a cliff with water below. I barely swerved.
This wasn't a coincidence. It was apparent those were dark forces at work. I thought it was the disgusting entity I saw. It had attached itself to Svetlana from her husband. That's why death threatened both of them. Where is your husband now? It feels like he's standing there, watching me.
Yes, he's here.
Svetlana's husband moved to a city 100 kilometers away to protect her. But when friends called and said the psychics were coming, Serhiy dropped everything and rushed back.
Hello.
Hello.
Serhiy is afraid that being near me causes harm, and even death.
As soon as Svetlana's husband approached, I nearly fainted. Standing behind him was an old, hunched woman, her face wrinkled and rough.
Hearing the medium's description of the woman she'd seen, Serhiy recognized his grandmother, who used to live in a nearby village. To investigate, the psychics traveled there. But as soon as the psychics got off the van, something strange happened to Dilaram Saparova.
The old woman reached out to me. She wanted to help us. But then, the vile, angry creature that had been stalking Svetlana attacked her. After that, I remember nothing. I blacked out.
Her heart was struggling, and she couldn't breathe.
At that moment, one of the most experienced psychics, Kayal Alikperov, contacted the crew. Before the investigation, Dilaram had consulted him, sending photos of Serhiy and Svetlana.
I had a vision of Dilaram dying. Beside her, I saw the silhouette of a hunched, deformed creature, its skin blistered and earth green. It was trying to strangle her. I'll try to help. A ritual must be performed immediately.
The old woman entered my body. That horrid creature tried to rip her out, even if it killed me in the process. I truly thought I was going to die. It's terrifying to even recall.
The spirit of the old woman possessed Dilaram. She had been fleeing from the creature. And through the ritual, I tried to help Dilaram connect with her.
For a long time, the team couldn't bring Dilaram back to consciousness. But just as they prepared to take her to a nearby hospital, she started speaking.
Let's go. Let's go.
Go where?
Dilaram wasn't herself. Her behavior turned strange.
Grandma? Is that you, Grandma? Who are you seeing? Who is it? Where are we going?
The ritual began to work. The creature retreated and Dilaram connected with the old woman.
We need a door.
Whose house is that?
It's her son's house.
Serhiy's grandmother, Yefrosinia, had 11 children. This house belonged to one of her sons, Oleksiy.
I feel strangulation. Did he hang himself?
Yes, her son hanged himself in this house.
10 years ago, Serhiy's uncle Oleksiy was found hanged in this very house. He was only 40. He had no family, but he was in love with a local girl. She did not return his feelings, and he seemed to lose his mind over it. But how is this connected to the fact that death walks beside Serhiy, threatening to take someone he loves at any moment?
I had terrifying visions. The woman who possessed Dilaram began to weep, shouting that her son had been poisoned. and that all her children are dying one by one.
There's another man. Who is he? He died too.
It turned out that Yefrosinia had lost another son, Vasya. About 15 years ago, at age 45, he accidentally drank vinegar instead of water and died from chemical burns.
The woman cried even louder. She kept repeating, "They all died." I realized she was tormented by the loss of her children. But what does she want from Dilaram?
I saw the image of a young woman being hanged. She had delicate features. A man arrived. He beat and tormented her. She was filled with despair, and there was something like a rope or maybe a cord around her neck.
That's my cousin.
It hurts Serhiy to speak about the death of his cousin, who was also named Svitlana. It happened 6 months ago. She was only 25, married, and had a 4-year-old son. One day, having brutally beaten her over a trivial matter, her husband left for work. Later, their son found her hanging in the shower.
She loved her husband deeply, but he beat her constantly, in public and in private.
This is absolutely horrifying. But how are all these deaths tied to Serhiy? Could his family really be dying because of him? Is his beloved wife next?
At that moment, I wanted to scream and cry. I realized this wasn't my own grief, but the sorrow of the spirit still inside me. It felt like I'd been cursed.
But what curse is the psychic referring to?
I saw the image of the grandmother. She said she was accused and cursed. She was once so full of life, but in her grief she cursed the entire bloodline, wishing they too would suffer pain, sorrow, and death. And alcohol, you see. She cursed the family to drown in wine. Do you understand?
It's terrifying. It turns out Serhiy's grandmother sold homemade wine. One day, a pregnant neighbor bought some for her husband. He drank it and died a few days later.
The man died. I don't know whether it was a natural death or not. But the woman who lost him cursed our entire family, down to the 7th generation.
It's almost impossible to believe. But then, why are Serhiy's friends also dying? Why is his wife at risk?
That woman's curse affected the entire lineage. Every second person dies a horrible death, and the rest live in misery. Serhiy, for example, suffers from loneliness and the guilt that his loved ones are dying because of him, but this curse can be broken. That's why fate brought him together with Svitlana. The question is, what must they do to break it?
At that moment, a spirit approached us. A tall, dark man. He pointed at Svitlana. I felt a resemblance and realized it was her father. Then I saw a vision. He was falling from a great height.
My father died 10 years ago. He had an umbilical hernia. He'd been a weightlifter in his youth and was quite sporty all his life. So he never wanted treatment.
Svitlana's father, Mykola, was 71. He'd had an untreated hernia for over 50 years and refused all medical help.
He made the decision to die.
He knew he was dying. He needed surgery. But for him, that was worse than death. So he chose to end his life and jumped from a cliff.
At that moment, I saw a strange image. In it, Svitlana's father was killed by that hunched, monstrous creature covered in earthy green blisters that had been following her. We had to go to the site of his death and investigate.
I had a vision of a man and a woman in a chariot, but instead of horses, there were demons. They laughed and screamed. Everywhere they passed, life disappeared, leaving darkness behind. And then I realized, Svitlana and Serhiy were caught in that place unintentionally.
Being here feels awful. I can barely breathe.
There's a spirit here, trying to tell you something.
Then the spirit of Svitlana's father approached me. He insisted that his death was caused by a man who committed a terrible sin.
It's unbelievable. Was Svetlana's father's death not a suicide? But how is this all connected to what's happening with Serhiy?
I saw a terrifying image of a huge beast attacking a little girl. It looked like it would tear her apart. We had been so focused on Serhiy, but now I need to examine both of you. When I hold your hands, it feels like a static charge between you.
Like positive and negative.
No, they're the same.
Zaman and I decided to perform a ritual. The spirits around this couple refused to leave, and it was clear they were the cause of all the misfortunes.
But what's happening to this seemingly ordinary couple?
That's when I realized Serhiy's grandmother appeared in the form of that grotesque old woman because she had committed a grave sin. Sinful souls appear to me in distorted forms, but this woman wanted to help. She had repented. She desperately hoped to stop the curse's destructive force. But then, what was the creature haunting Svetlana?
I need you to hold hands together. When I began the ritual, I felt myself surrounded by the spirits of the dead relatives from both Serhiy and Svetlana's families. And then it hit me. Svetlana was wrong to think the danger came from Serhiy. The real threat to her life was hidden within her own lineage.
We decided to go to Svetlana's and tune into her directly. Look at me, Svetlana.
My jinns revealed a terrifying vision of Svetlana. I saw her being beaten, abused, and violated. It was truly horrifying.
Svetlana tries to forget those terrible events. At 24 years old, she traveled to Italy to work as a waitress, but she was deceived and forced into prostitution.
I wish I could forget it. It felt like death itself. God helped me. At the hotel where they brought me, there was an elderly man, an employee. He hid me, locked the door, and fed me. He gave me a second life.
I saw Svetlana as if she were a doll, unable to control her fate. Serhiy, too, couldn't control the events around him. Their destinies were intertwined by a dark ribbon, a connection that had to be untied. These are signs of the otherworldly forces.
You were in mortal danger, a serious accident.
Yes, it's true. I had a horrific crash and only survived by miracle.
Death shadows Svetlana, always waiting for the right moment. But something is holding it back. That happens when somebody has a unique mission on Earth. I see a little girl crying and a man close to her, not a stranger. I hear her say, "Grandpa, Grandpa, Grandpa."
Let me have a look. I checked your family line. You don't often see such things shown by the cards. It's something heavy, like a burden or a curse.
My mother's dad. He abused his children.
Svetlana painfully confirms the psychic's words. Her own grandfather raped her mother and beat and abused the other children.
I sense two lost souls.
He lived a vile life. His existence was about abuse and perversion toward his own children. He tormented my mother terribly. She hated him and never visited his grave. She never even showed us where it was.
One of those souls is your mother, but the other isn't part of your family at all.
Did he commit a murder and was imprisoned for it?
It turned out that Svetlana's grandfather had indeed served time for murder. After his release, he lost his mind, drinking, gambling, and becoming increasingly violent. His family lived in fear, as he was aggressive and unstable.
He went to prison for debauchery and eventually died behind bars.
When he was incarcerated for the last time and died in prison, the family felt relieved. To this day, no one visits his grave.
I saw a beautiful young girl, he raped her. You'd have to be an animal to do something like that. And then, she killed herself.
Svetlana recalled hearing rumors that one of the girls her grandfather abused had hanged herself. But this was in another city, and she doesn't know the details.
We were completely lost. Serhiy's grandmother, Svetlana's grandfather. How was it all connected? Why did everyone keep dying? We needed Kayal's help more than ever.
I get it. That horrific entity that haunted Svetlana and nearly destroyed Dilaram, it was the spirit of her grandfather. Because of him, people around her were dying. She herself was in danger. His terrifying appearance was the reflection of the terrible things he had done in life.
This curse has fallen on you.
The sins he committed, they've spread to all his descendants.
I finally understood the vision of Serhiy and Svetlana in a chariot pulled by demons. The curses on their bloodlines had ruined their destinies. Because of their ancestors, innocent people died. Unwittingly, they became bringers of death to everyone around them.
This negativity runs through your lineage. But the most important thing is that neither Serhiy nor Svetlana were harmed. That means they have a special mission: to end 2 powerful ancestral curses and restart the family line. Purified. Very few are given this chance, but if they don't take it, it could destroy them.
What should we do with our lives?
Have children and also consider taking in a child, adopting a son or daughter. You need to save a soul. Your ancestors killed, brought death, so you too must give or save a new life.
The curse upon these 2 leads to the end of their bloodlines. But fate brought them together for a reason.
A horrifying murder of a family that will make your blood run cold. Who took the lives of the 3 adults and 2 little children? Don't miss out. The psychics will find the killer werewolf. In this episode, medium Anna Galyers heads for a tiny village in western Ukraine where a terrible murder happened.
The bodies of the 5 members of the Novak family were found in one of the local houses. All of them were brutally stabbed.
Nobody could even think this could ever happen. Such things have never happened in our village.
The victims are 32-year-old Roman Novak, the father of the family, his 28-year-old wife Tatyana, and their 2 children, 4-year-old Vera and 10-month-old Nazar. The man's 52-year-old mother, Anna Novak, who lived with her son's family, was also found dead.
All of them had stab wounds on their bodies and slash cuts on their throats.
According to the forensic examination, all the family members died from excessive bleeding.
No valuables were stolen from the house. The family had no debts or conflicts with anybody. A criminal case was started over a brutal murder.
This is little Vera playing with her brother Nazar. The boy took his first steps only a few weeks ago. The video was shot a month before the awful tragedy that took the lives of these little angels and their parents and grandmother.
If was very hard for all of us.
The Novaks were an ordinary country family. Roman drilled wells, while Tatyana was a seamstress and had spent the recent year on maternal leave. Roman's mother, Anna, was a saleswoman at the local grocery.
The children were so nice. The girl had curly hair and was very pretty. It's a great tragedy for the entire village. It was a decent family, and they all died.
Roman's elder brother Ruslan lost peace of mind with the Novak family's death. His house is only 300 meters away from the place where the horrific tragedy occurred.
I look there all the time. I'm hoping to see Mom or Roman appear from the house.
Roman was 3 years younger than Ruslan. They lost their father when they were young boys. The man was hit by a train. The mother raised the boys all by herself.
When someone close to you dies, you don't know what to do. But when the whole family of your dearest people is gone, I can't even express it with words.
The man's only support now is his family. his wife, Mariana, and 12-year-old son, Alexander. The boy can't even speak of the tragedy, as he lost his 2 cousins, who were as close as siblings to him.
I'm now trying to avoid the house because the place terrifies me a lot.
We're in terror because we don't know who did it.
We contacted the psychics, Anna Galyers to be more precise. I really hope she can help.
I have a vision. A street. It's dark and I see almost nothing. A huge hound of unbelievable size emerges in front of me. Its eyes are bloodshot, and it's growling like a werewolf. But the dog seems to be ignoring me. It's standing on the front step of a house. Then it turns around and rushes into the house. My goodness, there are the people from the photo inside, and I hear screams. It's tearing those people apart. This is horrific.
People have been gathering in front of the Novak's house since early morning, waiting for the psychics. This man, Vasil, who is Tatyana's brother, is waiting nervously. He has cerebral palsy, but he's trying to live like everyone else. He always helped his sister and was little Vera's godfather.
I spent a lot of time with her. I could take her to a football game or here or to the rides. Her first words weren't dad or mom, but Vujko, that is, an uncle.
Hello.
Hello. Hello?
I really hope you can help us.
Can I come into the yard?
Sure.
There's a girl spirit in front of me. She's fair-haired and...
The girl is Vera.
She's pointing at the swing as if asking me to swing her.
She loved that swing. It was Vera's favorite spot.
The girl isn't the only spirit here. There's also a little boy. He's dark-haired.
That's her little brother.
I saw a woman's figure. She was all bluish and the expression on her face was terrible. I couldn't even imagine who she was and why she'd come. The boy's spirit is going somewhere. I'm following him. My God. There's a woman's body here. It feels like she was struggling before she died. She's holding a baby in her arms. It's a murdered boy. It's like she was trying to defend him from the beast that was murdering them.
Yes, Tatyana was found here with Nazar, her little son, who was less than a year old.
He was supposed to have his first birthday in 3 days.
There are other dead people in the house. There's an elderly woman here. She was sleeping.
Mom was sleeping there.
The beast runs into the room and throws her down to the floor, and it's like it digs its claws into her body. She's stabbed multiple times.
Mom had lots of stab wounds.
Indeed, the body of Anna Novak, Roman and Ruslan's mother, was found in the kitchen. While the woman was sleeping, the murderer threw her down to the floor and stabbed her 12 times.
We need to go there. There's someone else there. Oh my God, there's a man's body here. He's all bloodied. His throat is slashed.
It was my brother.
According to the local police, Roman Novak's body was found on the floor of the living room. The man was lying face up.
And the girl whose spirit I saw in the yard. She was lying here dead, but not on the floor. Was there something here?
The couch.
The child's throat was cut without any mercy. Oh my goodness, I can't. It's a nightmare. The murderer had no mercy, even on the children. He cut them. I can't be here anymore. Give me water. When the family was found, the door wasn't locked.
It wasn't locked. It was closed but not locked.
According to Ruslan, Roman, Tatyana, and Anna, almost never left the door unlocked because they had small children in their house. Therefore, we can assume somebody else didn't lock it. It was probable that the person had been watching the family and sneaked inside the house while someone of them was entering. Or one of the family members let them in, but in this case, they had to know the murderer well.
Wait. You were suspected of the murder of your sister and her family. And I feel powerful guilt emanating from you. You were the last to see them alive.
Indeed, Tatyana's brother Vasil was among the suspects.
I was the last person who visited them. I left at about 4 in the afternoon and went home.
Hold on, I see the murderer's hand gripping the knife. He's holding it in his right hand.
The police also found that the murderer was right-handed.
And you, Vasil, couldn't hold the knife in your right hand because it's not functioning properly because of your condition.
It's true that Vasil is left-handed. His right hand is partially paralyzed. He can move it a little, but it's too hard for him to take or carry things in it.
The investigators checked if Vasil could be connected to the murder of the Novaks, and it turned out that he had an alibi.
What kind of vehicle was here? There are 2 people in it. Both are men. One is young and the other is elderly. Oh God, the older one. He's standing over the bodies of Tatyana and the infant, and he dashes out of the yard.
Uncle came.
The uncle came to take the family somewhere. He and Roman had arranged that the other day.
As it turned out, Mikhailo, Ruslan's uncle, and his son arrived at the Novaks at 6:30 in the morning.
They were supposed to go to the monastery.
The monastery where Roman and his family were going to go is in a town 15 kilometers away. The man wanted to take his family there to see the sermon by a priest who was visiting the town those days.
At that moment, a very strange voice whispered to me, "Too late." And then there was a horrible whimper, like that of a dog. I got seriously scared. After the uncle ran out of the yard, he took his phone with trembling hands and called an ambulance and the police?
Yes, an ambulance and the police, yes.
The police officers began checking where the man had been and what he had been doing before he informed of what he'd found.
I saw a woman. The woman started laughing awfully. It was like laughter from another world. Now I see that there's somebody who saw the murderer, and they're somewhere nearby.
But who could that be? The police claim there are no witnesses to the tragedy.
It's not a human, but an animal. A dog.
Yes, there is a dog.
The dog saw the murderer.
Usually, the dog is in the front yard, but today, Ruslan tied him in the backyard so he won't hinder the investigation.
The dog was in the back. He could see the street and who entered the yard.
The dog knows something, but I can't speak to animals. I have a colleague, Olena Stetsenko. She speaks to animals. We need to call her.
Okay.
Come on.
The hereditary Mulfer Olena Stetsenko, luckily, happened to be nearby, so she immediately joined the investigation.
Olena, these are the victim's relatives.
I'm so sorry. It's a great loss.
Olena, let's go see the dog. He's our only witness.
This is a ritual strip that helps me speak to animals. Don't be afraid, show me the truth. Show me who you saw. My God, this is so awful. He showed me red eyes and a huge furry dog. It's like a werewolf.
Just like her colleague, The clairvoyant also saw a werewolf, but what kind of entity is that?
The werewolf. It had been walking in this yard for a long, long time. At that moment, I felt the murderer close by to me. I feel the murderer's energy. It's very similar to yours.
It turned out that many of the villagers also suspect Ruslan of the murder of his brother's family and their mother. But is it really so?
Ruslan, I need to see your house. Roman and his brother were separated due to a disagreement. It felt like Roman accused his brother of murder.
He claimed my wife poisoned his dog.
Ruslan had an old dog. Several days before the tragedy, Roman dropped by in the morning and didn't see the dog at his place.
And so Roman began shouting at me, saying it was me and my wife who poisoned the dog.
But it turned out the dog simply broke the leash and ran away. However, nobody understands why Roman thought it was his brother's wife who poisoned the dog.
Did you reconcile?
Yes.
Ruslan has no blood on his hands. But then why did I keep feeling that his energy was similar to the murderer's?
The police checked to see if Ruslan could be involved in the murder of the family, but this version wasn't confirmed.
A woman is connected to your family's deaths. I feel like she provoked a conflict.
It was Sunday. He returned from the church very irritable and started shouting at Tatyana. I thought I didn't want to hear that and told him to calm down. Then I went home. But he called me 2 hours later and asked me not to tell anyone about the scandal. He said they had reconciled and everything was fine.
He thought the boy wasn't his son. I asked him, "Who told you that?" But he refused to answer.
Roman blamed Tatyana for unfaithfulness, claiming somebody had told him at the church that Nazar wasn't his son. Vasil recalls that his sister cried bitterly and felt deeply offended.
He calmed down, and after I went home later that day, he called me and apologized. He said it was fine. Thank God, I thought.
Somebody lied to Roman. It was done to slander Tatyana. He was being annoyed on purpose. There was a woman in the house when the murder occurred. Roman began communicating with the woman in the morgue not long before his family was murdered.
Did Roman tell you? Did he tell you he was seeing a woman?
Mom told me after he took away Aunt.
As it turned out, almost 2 weeks before the tragedy, the brother's aunt died from a stroke.
Roman went to the morgue to take his aunt's body. Right? And then, after that, he saw the woman and felt a dead body's scent.
He said she was haunting him. Mom said he couldn't sleep at night.
He called and asked to take him to the monastery, and so they arranged to go there on Monday.
So, Roman wanted to go to the monastery himself to speak to the priest because he felt very bad. And when his uncle arrived to pick him up, he saw this nightmare.
The woman. She's next to me. She's running over there to the house.
It was like I was taken back in time to the night of the tragedy. I feel the werewolf. I feel it in the house. It's playing with Roman. It possesses his mind. It's in. It ran in this room. The woman and the infant are sleeping. The woman jumps up, she grabs the baby, she runs, but the devil is chasing her. He's tearing her apart. She falls on the threshold, and the devil turns around and enters here. There's a woman in here. She's elderly. He attacks this elderly woman. He stabs. The woman falls, but he keeps stabbing and stabbing. The blade breaks, but he finds another one.
It's true that there was a knife with a broken blade found in the kitchen next to the murdered woman's body.
He's running again, a little girl. He attacks her and slashes her throat.
Olena! Olena, Olena!
Olena, have some water.
She needs outside. Roman's spirit is here. He kneels and asks to forgive him for killing them all.
This can't be real. How is this even possible?
He loved his mother and his children a lot. He couldn't have done it.
Roman didn't want to murder his family. He was murdering the woman he'd taken from the morgue and who he kept seeing next to him. The demon played tricks on him, so he didn't know he was murdering his family.
He wanted to rid himself of the devil.
And then I realized who the woman whose image I kept seeing was. It was Roman's late aunt, but it wasn't her spirit, but a devil that assumed her appearance. And the demon was laughing at the poor man because it got what he wanted. Roman's mind.
He's praying, feeling the demon is still in him, and he's trying to rid himself of it. I feel the smell of burnt cloth. Did he try to burn himself?
The carpet was burned.
It started burning from the candle.
Everything was shrouded in smoke.
The experts concluded that Roman's body was burned. His pants burned completely, and his body was covered in first-degree burns.
But the man didn't die from the burns. His throat was slashed.
Roman slashed his throat himself.
This is incomprehensible. Did the man really murder all his family and then slash his own throat? But how did he do it?
Roman was an ex-serviceman and used to serve in special military forces. He knew how to administer the right wounds so that a person wouldn't survive.
The knife that was used as the weapon didn't disappear. It was in the house. But what matters most is that there were 2 knives.
2 murder weapons, 2 knives, were found on site. One of them was broken and was lying next to Roman's mother, and the other one was found in the room next to his hand. The murderer took the knives in the house.
The werewolf was Roman. The demon took possession of him occasionally. But above all, he inherited the demon from his father, whom it had destroyed as well.
He was schizophrenic, and he jumped under the train himself.
When a spirit or a demon takes possession of somebody, it simply squeezes out the person's consciousness, and they become weird. What we think of as insanity can, in reality, be obsession.
Thank you very much. The truth is a hard pill to swallow, but we needed to hear it.
The family's friends and relatives are struck dumb. A model family man took the lives of those who he loved most.